Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Cardano, and we're going to continue following the price move that it's been currently seeing. So if you guys like the content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, check out the Telegram channel in the description below, and let's go ahead and jump in. So we've been following Cardano for a while now. It's one of the coins that I'm very interested in, especially over the next market cycle. I do think it's a really good hedge to be holding, especially against a coin like Ethereum. It's one of those things where if the mainnet of Cardano, if Shelley launches and we get some momentum behind it, then we could just be at the beginning stages. So if you look at the recent price move that we've seen since the crash in March, from the very bottom of the wick, we're up around 170%. If you just take, say, the bottom of the candle, then we're still up fairly significantly. Here you can see we're up around 110%. So this is over the last couple of months. So we were talking back at around 4 cents or so, a little over 4 cents, that we would continue. We would expect the move that Cardano is seeing to continue if Bitcoin stays above the 20-week moving average, which it has done. If you look at Bitcoin, again, looking at the 20-week, it's where we need to be holding, or to say that the bull market is in full swing. If we're above the 20-week moving average and holding it as support, then things are looking good typically for altcoins. When we're below it, not so much. So you can see that Bitcoin did cross through the 20-week moving average right here. So it was around $7,800 back in late April. And since then, since late April, Cardano has continuing to move up. So ADA, the price of ADA has continued going up. And I think it's as long as Bitcoin continues to maintain its presence, its strong presence above the 20-week moving average, and either stays where it's at or continues to go up, then I'm very bullish on ADA in the short term. Now, again, we talk about how ultimately the short term is completely irrelevant. Our eyes, if you follow the channel, we talk about lengthening cycles with the idea that the next peak for Bitcoin likely isn't until 2023, and that most coins will likely follow this same schedule. So if you can imagine that, then what's going on day to day right now is largely irrelevant. So for me, Cardano is one that I'm certainly following. Again, this is not financial advice, but it's interesting to see how strong Cardano has moved off its low in March, which is actually a lot stronger than a lot of other coins have seen. We're certainly, the 10-cent mark, if we can get there, that's definitely, I think, going to be a region that is going to be hard to break. If you follow the risk metric that I made for Cardano, that price at around 10 cents corresponds to a risk of 0.4. If you're interested in the risk metric and all that sort of stuff, I do have a premium list. It's at intothecryptoverse.com. So if you want, check that out and join. We have a weekly newsletter, a report, which relays to you all a lot of the different models that I'm looking at. You get a premium video, and you also get access to a Google Sheets document, which will give you a live risk of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, as well as a few other things. So if you want to join that, then check that out. If not, that's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and look back here again, following the move that Cardano is in. I think it's interesting if you pull up the Cardano Bitcoin chart, because it's really nice. I mean, you can clearly see this long accumulation phase. And if you say take a move from when we first entered this to the present day, we've been in this accumulation phase with respect to Bitcoin for 285 days. Now, this is actually impressive. And the reason is because it's better to be in coins that are at least maintaining their valuation with respect to Bitcoin rather than ones that are continuing to bleed year after year after year. Now, we know that Cardano crashed significantly from its all-time high. This is not something we're hiding behind. I mean, it's just, Cardano was launched, and then it went into this huge speculative bubble on the chance that Shelley potentially was going to be launched back in 2018. Obviously, that wasn't the case, and the price came crashing back down. But it's impressive that we've been able to maintain this valuation with respect to Bitcoin which by the way is similar to where it first started off at. If you can see this is basically that same valuation. To me, this is really impressive because at least it's not continuing to bleed. And you could consider, I mean, sometimes it's better just to forget about what happened in the past and just look to see what's going on. It seems like we're in an accumulation phase. The lows here tend to be getting higher for the most part. What we're ultimately wanting to see is Bitcoin stay above the 20-week moving average. If it doesn't, we're likely going to see Cardano come back down in its valuation with respect to Bitcoin, and it's likely also going to come back down with its valuation with respect to the US dollar. So again, we're not, this channel isn't going to just say it's going to go up and up and up, or it's just going to crash to zero. I'm just trying to show you, what typically happens when Bitcoin makes certain moves. And if you see Bitcoin go below 8,200, then likely in the short term, Cardano is also going to start falling with respect to Bitcoin and with respect to fiat. If on the other hand, Bitcoin continues to stay above the 20-week, if it stays, around $9,500, or it continues to move up, then ADA will also likely continue to move up, and it would likely continue to move up not only with its valuation with respect to the US dollar, but it also seems like in the present move, it's considerably moving even against Bitcoin. And I think it's mainly because there's been a lot of news recently for Cardano, and a lot of people speculating on the launch of Shelley, hopefully sometime this year. Now, obviously, don't get as many people who follow ADA know, don't get too attached to any timeline, because software development, obviously, with any project can take longer than anyone can realistically project. So, if you like Cardano, if you like ADA, you want to see more analysis on ADA, then again, please subscribe to the channel. If you want the premium content with, say, the risk metric on ADA, and to know, at what point it becomes a lot more risky to continue purchasing it, then please check out my premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.